It's your girl Tay, or Crochet, whichever one you can get down with. Today I am going to a black concert. If you know the artist, it makes sense, but it sounds weird if you don't. So I'm just gonna do a get ready with me and chit chat. Although I don't really know what I'll be chit chatting about. But y'all, I don't know what's going on in Tennessee, but let me tell you something. I've had it, because it's like I wake up. First of all, we don't have any clear like, oh, this is winter, you know. We don't have any of that going on. We just have, it may be 60 degrees like it is today, and then for the next 3 days it'll be like 40. I don't get it. I guess this is like, I don't think I've ever actually done a makeup routine, but I've been doing makeup for a while now. And by doing makeup, I mean doing my own makeup. And I have my contacts in today, so I feel like that's really gonna be a struggle because I haven't worn contacts in so long. But since I've never actually done a makeup routine per se, I figured I would go ahead and put on here my more perfected version of like, of how I do my makeup. So I didn't really start doing makeup until like 2016, right? Because that was when I graduated high school. I, at that point, had bought like my own makeup products, and I thought I was doing the dang thing. Like I was buying the drugstore makeup, Maybelline, all that stuff, which that's cool. Like in high school, it's not like you can go out and afford to buy Estee Lauder or Kat Von D, which was really popular back then. Well, actually, in 2016, y'all, I was using eyeshadow as my eyebrow shade because I could never find, and you know, 2016 makeup was really struggling to like include black girls, especially darker skinned black women. Like the shade range was just not. And even for me, being a high yellow girl, like I could never find like my true undertones, and I still struggle with that, but we're getting there. Nothing's really changed as far as my eyebrow routine. Like I tried to do the feather brow thing, y'all. It was cute, and I'm gonna insert a picture where I actually did it. It was cute, but like I tried to do it after that and I could never do it. Like it just never turned out the same, and I don't know what happened, but my face was, or my brows actually, they were like, oh, you want to try and do this? We're not gonna let it happen for you. So because I'm gonna be out all day in Atlanta, I'm gonna use products that are going to stay. Now I will say the one thing that's really changed in my makeup routine is my base. So like, it's winter time. I think the main thing that always had me like creasing was that my skin wasn't really moisturized, because I didn't want for my oily places to peek through my makeup. But when I'm using mattifying products, that's drying the skin out and making the skin crease, right? Because we're using setting powder as well. It just killed the routine. So what I've done is I have done my skin routine. So I put on my Niacinamide serum, and then my color correcting serum, and then I put on my moisturizer. And it's not like a oil-free moisturizer. It does have a little bit of oil in there, right? And then I put on my eye cream to make sure that my eye area is moisturized. Sprayed it down. Oh, and some sunscreen because the sun's out. And then sprayed it down with some rose water to seal all that in. Let that dry. And then I put on the primer. And that's another thing that has changed. I started using primer, I want to say probably like a couple years ago, and it did make a difference, but it wasn't giving me the difference that I wanted, right? So what I did differently is get a quality primer. It doesn't always have to be expensive, but a quality primer. And then instead of rubbing it in, just, how do you say this? Spread it across my skin and then let it dry. I did this last time and my makeup never looked better. Then I just, which this hasn't changed, because when I first started doing makeup, my eyebrows were my focal point, primarily because in 2016 eyebrows were the focal point. I don't know why, but for me personally, because I had to, I don't have like, I have sparse eyebrow hair, okay, and so, and that, I'm fine with that. It's nothing that I'm like ashamed of, but it's just, I really have to work with it sometimes, and it's easy to overdo it. Wait, is this a new freckle? Wait a minute. I think that's a new freckle, y'all. When you have like sparse eyebrow hair, sometimes you can overdo it because you'll think like everything's okay, but it's actually not. I'm gonna try to cut this down to 15 minutes, y'all. We're gonna get right into the foundation. We're not humdinging around with it. I kind of spread it out on my face because, you know, I still pat it, but I could just kind of like spread the product on my face first and then go in and blend. And I don't blend under my eye. But the thing about this specific foundation that I'm using, Estee Lauder, like, you don't need really a lot of product to achieve a flawless look. So I just try not to move my face too much when I'm using foundation, because that is the sort of the base. But it is the easiest part, so I really don't worry about it. I don't spend too much time on it. I just make sure that everything is blended properly and I go on about my business. I'm still getting things together on my liquid bronzer. Use a concealer that's just darker than me, and then I blend that out and I blend upward, and I don't take the liquid bronzer down here. So then I go in with a liquid blush. I just keep it here in the cheek region. I then go in and spray my concealer brush with a little bit of setting spray, and then I let it dry. I go in with my Fenty concealer and I put it on the outer corner and then here. Just, you know, the normal places you would put concealer. And I go in with my Estee Lauder concealer because it's a little too bright. That was my fault, but it's a little too bright, but I make sure to put it just in the inner corners because that's where you want the bright eye. Here's what I've changed in my makeup routine. I do one eye at a time. I don't blend both eyes. I do one eye at a time, and then I set one eye, and then I go in and do the other eye and set it. So I'm going in with my concealer. And with contacts, like, I find I have to be careful because you can get like product in your contacts and then you're walking around all day with gunk in your contacts and you can't see. You know what, let me just be real. I'm still learning how to do my blush because for a long time I never wore blush. It just wasn't my thing. So I blend, and blend again, and when I think I'm done, I'm not. I just keep blending. And then I try not to move my eye too much. And I take this and I press it in first. My setting powder. I press it in first. See that? See that? Then I go in and I put a little bit on there just to sit. And then I go in And I do the exact same thing that I did to this eye, because I'm prone to crease under my eye, is I just make sure that I blend, and I'm prone to crying, but I just make sure that I blend and blend and blend like there's no freaking tomorrow. And this goes for my smile lines too. And then do the same thing. So then after I set my concealer, I go in and I set everything else. So I take my Fenty Beauty bronzer in Cocoa Naughty, and again I blend up. Now I do carve out my chin and I bring it down, blend into my neck. I also carve out my chin because I have a baby face, y'all. I do. And that's the reason why I like makeup, I think, personally, because most of the time I've become comfortable with myself where I don't like wear makeup all the time like I used to do in high school. But when I do wear makeup, I'm stepping out. When I do wear makeup, yes, I want to enhance, but I also do kind of want to look different. And there's nothing wrong with that, honestly, because I want to look like a grown woman. I don't want to look like a child. I have a baby face. I look like a child 90% of the time. Leave me alone and let me look like a full-grown woman with this face that I'm beating. You know what I'm saying? And people want to make you, sometimes people want to make you feel bad for that, and you're not. You're just not. Go in with the Patrick Ta. So where I used my liquid, I'm now using my powder. And this blush has a little bit of like sparkle to it, okay? So I don't go too crazy with it. I put blush on my nose and on my cheeks. So then I go in and I wipe all of that setting powder off the top half of my face with more setting powder, and I just carve this out to where it doesn't look like it's bleeding onto my face. Today I'm feeling a little fancy because I'm wearing brown, and a lot of it I want to bring a little bit of color to my eyes. I'm taking the darkest shade on here because I want to go for like a mocha kind of look. And then I take this chocolate color right here and I press it in. And you may be thinking, oh my god, that's way too much. Oh god. My contact just tried to fall out of my eye. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I don't wear contacts, y'all. That right there, the fluffy sort of brush, and go in with my skin tone and just blend it on out. I just make sure that I blend and blend and blend until I can't feel any feeling in my hands anymore, so that I don't have any like super harsh lines. I then go back into that chocolate color and I put that on my lower lash line, and you'll see why. Y'all, there's a man who lives across the street. Brush the excess setting powder away. This man is possibly retired. Well, setting spray. I then go in with my finishing powder, and I just go over everything. Sometimes everybody's go-to is not gonna work for you. Like, I can't use NYX setting spray. That's not gonna do nothing for me. It's really just not. Now I go in with my fake freckles. I do fake freckles because I have real freckles, but when I wear makeup, they get covered up. But he has an obsession with like mowing the grass. He's mowed his grass probably more times than he's had to wash the dishes. I really don't understand, and maybe it's not for me to understand, but I just have a lot of questions. Because whenever he's not mowing his grass 3 times in a day, he has also come over and mowed our grass. And not only our grass, but the neighbor's grass across the way who's next to him as well. I've never seen anyone with an obsession with mowing grass. Y'all, maybe I should do makeup tutorials more often because I've never done that so quickly and so easily in my life. But anyway, it's the color Madeline and the color Praline. I go in again with the setting spray. And I use 2 setting sprays because one is to like set the base of everything and the other one is to set everything and make sure that nothing moves. But yeah, y'all, that is my updated makeup routine. Now I saw, God, I look so good. Wow. I was looking back at old videos today, y'all, and I saw this little hairstyle that I did where I did like a bang, but it was like a half up, half down first, and it was so cute. So I think I want to do that. Yeah, we got the earrings. Ooh, who is she? That's it, y'all. I'm done. I'm ready. I need to get on the road. So thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe because I got more stuff coming to y'all. Did I really do a chit chat? Not really. Did I really do a catch up? Not really. And I'm sorry. But there will be plenty of other videos where I can run my mouth and y'all can listen to me about whatever. I'm gonna do a quick fit check and then I'll see y'all on the next video. Bye.